we move to Sunday and we stick with ugly games. 1 p.m. Eastern, Houston Texans 0-1-1, 0-1 on the road at Chicago Bears 1-1, 1-0 at home. We're at Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. 68 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 14 miles per hour. Move over to the line history in this one. Where is it? Here we go. We have the Bears opening up at -3, and they're pretty much still there. The -2.5 is minus 126. The 3 was at even money. Now the 2.5 was at even money 2 nights ago. Sunday night at 10 p.m. You could have got the 2.5 at even money. The 3 down to 2.5 was there for 2 minutes. It was there for 2 minutes before Houston moved to 2.5 at Pinnacle. Then we'll go over to the total here in this one. Opened up at 39. It's now up to 40, juice to the over. So we have an increase of 1 point and juice to the over. From a totals standpoint here, Texans, Bears, from a cash flow standpoint, 4,867 tickets in, 45% of the tickets, 82% of the cash on Houston. So this will be the third week in a row the sharps are going to be on the Texans. Now, it did start changing late last week, but initially, the Houstons have had all the sharp money for now 3 weeks in a row. 57% of tickets and 76% of cash is on the over. There is Ski Profit in the house. Says Ace is about to start their parade, so I'm out, but good luck this week. Thank you for stopping by. And Ski is on the Bengals -4.5 to the bank. Sky Dragon says, I'll bet Chicago and perhaps the under. There is LJ from H-Town. Spectacular football camper. Says Texans can't run the ball, 2.8 yards per carry. Bears can't pass, 4 yards per attempt. Play the under. Both teams are averaging just 14.5 points per game through the first 2 weeks. Houston comes in off a 16-9 loss at Denver. Davis Mills, 19-38 for 177 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Offense does not look good. Nico Collins caught 4 passes for 58 yards. Brandon Cooks, 4 for 54. Damian Pierce ran 15 times for 69 yards. The Texans' defense does look good. They got 3 sacks, 7 quarterback hits. Christian Kirksey had an interception. They lose linebacker Kevin Pierre-Louis to a groin injury in the third quarter. And their very high draft pick, Derek Stingley Jr., left as well. Jonathan Owens has been very strong in the back end, and they've allowed 36 combined points to Indianapolis and Denver. But the offense has been a very big issue, and they have very little skill position talent, and they've surrendered fourth quarter leads in both of their first 2 games of the year. Bears come in off that ugly 27-10 loss at the Packers. It was their 7th straight loss to the Pack. They're averaging 216 yards per game. That's last in the league. But I think we can excuse that a little bit. And I think that's why the over is getting bet. I think we can excuse that because it was a pouring rain, monsoon type situation in week 1. And then week 2, they're in Lambeau against an angry Packers squad. Justin Fields, though, 7 of 11 for 70 yards and an interception. He also ran 8 times for 20 yards. He did have a TD. David Montgomery ran 15 times for 122 yards. The Bears defense got absolutely diced up on the ground. 203 yards rushing they allowed. They did get 3 sacks and 4 quarterback hits. And their defensive back, Dane Cruikshank, hurt his hamstring in the first half. Take it away for us here, Andy. Another ugly one, but the good ones come. The Texans.
Yeah, we're really firing off on the ugly ones. We don't make the rotation order, guys. This is how things work. And yeah, the Bears games have been real tough hangs. We had the Mud Bowl. That was fun for the team, fun for the fans to get that win. They looked pretty bad against the Packers, and all in all, they were an inch away from pushing the +10. You know, that probably, there's some people that probably think that was a touchdown. We'll never know. You can't see the ball. You know, that's where we're at in the NFL. We need to put a goddamn chip in the ball so we can tell if things are in or not. But I digress. And yeah, the defense has looked good at times. It's tough when the Packers put together a game plan that really worked out as far as using the running backs. Lazard apparently made the difference with that team, as they were able to move the ball here and there. I liked a lot of things. Still, what I saw from the front in Chicago. And yeah, the Texans defense has been pretty good. I do lean to the under here. I don't love betting these low totals because every single touchdown just hurts that much worse. I said this last week, though, with the Pittsburgh New England under, that turned out to not really come that close. It's hard to justify betting points in this as far as how bad the offense has looked for Chicago. And it's been a little bit of a nice surprise, especially in the front seven from this defense. They are flying around. They're not facing Aaron Rodgers this week. And, the same thing goes for the Houston Texans. The defense looks good. And maybe if they're able to do anything on offense, it is against this Bears defense, like we saw, you can run on the Bears a little. They just don't have the game for that. They are starting a rookie. They kind of went back and forth. They didn't use him in week 1, and then we decided that it was all rookie in week 2 with Pierce. So yeah, this is probably an under. I'm gonna put it on the card. I'm not the strongest conviction play, but I run my stuff and I can't get the Bears to. I just can't get the Bears past like 17 points. And I think they probably still win this game more times than not. It feels like a 17-14 game. So this is an under look for me. And yeah, like Woo Rizza says here. I don't know if it's actually someone from the Wu-Tang Clan. Probably not. But yeah, if anything, maybe it's the David Montgomery game. This ends up being like 17-14 Bears. Montgomery with 2 touchdowns. He's been a bright spot on that offense because Justin Fields still doesn't seem to get it, and the play sequencing is still kind of trash.
Yeah, I get it. I get the move. Now, it's a spot where the bigger bets have come in on the over. We've seen it move to the over. And the bigger bets have come in on the Texans. And I just have to stick with what's working for me. But we have our first look on the board, the under 40.5 at -108. And we need to keep an eye on the Texans because in baseball, the Oakland A's get the sharp cash every day. And even when they're at home and they're trash at home. A couple years back when the Browns were god awful, they had the sharp action on them every week. So the Texans
last year we saw that with Philly. You saw money come in on Philly week in and week out. Didn't work out all the time, but sometimes a team the market disagrees with the people with the most money, and you see these moves for a few weeks.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Birdie saying Jags too. I'm looking forward to break that game down. Ryan Thorson says, love the under here. Minus a defensive TD. I don't see either team sniffing 20-plus points. Harold Williams says Fields has no playmakers and no offensive line, doomed to fail. Terry Walker also liking the under. There's Alex Ramirez, sorry, the Spidey play of the day. He is also on the
good point too with the playmakers. Not only do they not have playmakers, but even the ones they added, the rookie from Tennessee, and I know he's mostly special teams and depth, but even him and then N'Keal Harry, who they picked up, they're injured. So they did the worst possible job of trying to backfill at wide receiver, and then those guys got injured. It's just been a really rough go for Justin Fields as far as hoping the team cares about him. It just doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a stay off spot for me at this point. There's our guy, Twate Latte. Yeah, I just it's just everything's coming up glorious right now, and we all know that the losses hurt more than the wins feel good. So just want to stick with this very nice feeling, this glow off of a 9-0 week. But feels good. And Guillermo Zertucci in the house as well. There is the and Spenny Pennybomb saying N'Keal Harry is a bust. There is Texans Bears. We have Andy on the board with the under 40.5. We move